Going on YouTube? It's been a while. Been busy with work, but things are starting to slow down to where I can have more time to work on the machines and some other projects. But in today's video, we're going to be working on the 450, or at least getting started. And we're going to be going ahead and finally tearing apart the forks, and we're going to be figuring out why it's overheating. Now, if I roll you guys over here, if you've been following along for a while, you know that fork seals are gone. They're toast. That's just from sitting. Obviously, when I cleaned the bike, I cleaned up all the residual oil that was down here on the bottom, but fork seals nonetheless are blown. Today, we're gonna focus on getting the forks off because it's finally time to replace the fork seals. We're gonna be doing fork seals, dust seals, all the bushings inside the forks, and then we're gonna try and see if we can fix our cooling issues. We're gonna start with a cap and a new Boyson water pump cover and impeller, but let's get into it. We got Harley out here, checking out the bikes, making sure I'm not doing anything dumb. That's a good pup. You got a new baby. Plates off. Work on taking these mud guards off first, and then we'll work on the triple clamp bolts and we'll slide the fork out. Now I'm not going to bore you guys with the other side, but we'll go ahead and do that. But I do want to show you this. Look at all that sand and blown out fork oil. These seals are toast. As you guys just saw, I got both forks out. They're looking grimy, disgusting. I don't think the previous owner ever rebuilt them. So it'll be interesting to see the fork oil. So you guys will see that together with me. All right, here's that Tusk fork wrench and the other part of the wrench I was telling you about. Now, I'm gonna show you guys something, and a little disclaimer. Do not try this at home. I am not responsible for you doing this. Don't be like me, but this is some redneck shit, all right? Check this out. I don't have a workbench. I have a vise, but I don't have a workbench. So what's better than that? You get your flatbed trailer and 2 ratchet straps and boom. Got your workbench to hold your vise. Since I have this fork up here, I can show you guys just how disgusting and blown these seals are. Now, I've tried the whole cleaning out the dirt in between the dust seal and everything, but these forks are just blown. Got our oil pan underneath in case this thing wants to do something dumb. I don't know what it's gonna do. I've never taken one of these apart. Okay, I think this. Now I just need to spin it over, dump the oil. Oh, I hear it. Wow, that is bad. To be honest with you, I'm surprised there's even fork oil in it. So I have the fork just resting here, letting all the residual oil come out, but Look at that oil. I'd say it's long overdue for a change, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this keep draining, and then we'll continue to disassemble both forks, and then I'm gonna order the parts, fork seals, everything that goes inside and out, and the fork oil to get this thing riding back to like factory. Both forks are done and they are draining right now. This one's been sitting a little longer, that's stuck. But both of them have been draining. I'm gonna let these sit and drain, and I've decided I'm not gonna tear them apart any further than this. I'm gonna let them sit and drain. The reason being I'm not gonna tear them apart any farther than this is because I wanna wait till I have all the parts to make sure I put everything back in the right place. And that's as far as we're gonna get tonight on working on the forks, and we'll pick this back up when we have the parts. All right, I'm back. We got some parts now. We got the essentials. So obviously, you guys last saw I just tore the bike apart, and then I had to wait for Rocky Mountain to send me out my parts. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got. Went ahead and got Tusk fork seal driver. Obviously, this is specific to your bike, whatever size forks you have. I have 48mm forks. So here's the part number. There's your part number right there. Here's your fork seal driver. So voila. So we got that. We got our Tusk fork and dust seal kit. There's part number for that. It's got your forks and dust seals. And I got a Tusk fork bushing kit. So there's your part number for that. It's got all your bushings, your O-rings, everything you need. And for our fork oil, we went with some Maxima 10 weight. It's kind of the happy in between. They have 5, 10, and 15 weight. I think the lower it is, the stiffer it is. I can't remember, but I went with 10 weight. That's kind of like the happy medium of what I do riding. So we're gonna just go ahead and start throwing them back together. Okay, I don't know if you saw that well in the time lapse, but we got our dust seal on, our oil seal right here, our washer that goes to the seal, our inner bushing, and our outer bushings on. I wanted to show you guys. So this outer bushing still had the coating on it, a little wear, but looks pretty much like the old one. I'd say this inner bushing is a time for a change because it's supposed to have that little copper coating on it, and this was pretty much gone. So for sure this inner bushing, it was time to change. I'm glad I'm doing this now. Got this broke loose, and our free piston looks like it's in good shape. So these obviously have the tendency to crack, explode, or break whenever you compress your suspension really hard. And you can either get, so I think they're billet aluminum or just metal ones to replace these. Or since I didn't know about these, I saw a video on YouTube. I can't remember the guy's name, but he said you just get a 1/4-inch drill bit and then just drill a hole somewhere in here. Here is the after. Hopefully I did that right and it's in the right spot. So. Hello. just want to help. To save you guys the headache, I'm just gonna do this other fork off camera, and then I'll pick you guys up when we're reinstalling everything back in the bike. So if you're somehow still watching, thanks for sticking around, but I'm trying to get this done so we can go out and make videos for y'all. All those came out, a bunch of brand new stuff went in. So forks have been completely rebuilt. Guys, the bike has been put back together. I didn't want to bore you guys, but we got the forks all back on, front end's done, got the plastics back on, and I actually, let me climb up here, just changed the factory radiator cap to a milers. So this is a 1.8, which is around 25 PSI. And the factory one is a 1.1, which is only good for about 15 PSI. So hopefully that'll help solve our issues. And then I also have water pump rebuild kit coming in the mail from Rocky Mountain. So I'm just waiting for that to show up. And then I'm gonna wait a little bit to order the Boyson super cooler kit. But we got the bike all put back together. That is gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. We got the forks all rebuilt. That's another thing crossed off the list. And I am for sure gonna be making a video when we go out to the dunes, testing them out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I did a good job and they don't end up leaking again. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one.